so crazy, but I think he's my favorite just because he seems like the because he's a crazy doctor, but he seems like the most. He really talks like he sounds like the most human out of all the bad guys that are talking. But like, I also like Chris Walker, and it's just this is a really crazy game, and like being stuck in an insane asylum with their camcorder. Oh my, it seems really freaky, but I think it's like the most graphic game I've ever seen. And speaking of, and the next one on this list at coming in at number 4 is the other game I have not played, but I have wanted to play, but I am not allowed to play because my parents won't let me. So I won't. I'm, as soon as I turn 18 and move out, I'm playing this. I have seen videos, but they won't let me play. It is Grand Theft Auto 5. I am not allowed to play it because it is too violent, apparently. But I really enjoy watching it. I watch Jacksepticeye play it. My cousin Anthony played it, and it. I'm not gonna do all the inappropriate stuff. I just like the fact of like getting in jets and like from stealing. Like I'm not gonna do that in real life. Like some people do, but it just seems like a cool game, especially online. I would really like to do it online with other people. Like do like some things where you have to who can steal a jet from the military base first, or like or do like a shooting spree or something. Like it just seems really fun. I really enjoyed it. Like I think my favorite character for some reason I've always liked Trevor. I think he's my favorite, and I really like Franklin as well. Michael is so boring though. I mean, I like all the characters, but I think Michael's probably my least favorite. But because both Trevor has the best flying ability and Franklin has the best driving ability. I don't. Michael's kind of like, I don't know, whatever. But the top, here we coming in the top 3. Number 3 is Gmod. Gmod is I've really liked. It's like it's like you can it's like Minecraft but better. Like because I talk about Minecraft putting mods into it, but Gmod is like you can actually put NPCs from other games into it, like characters from like NPCs from other games. I think that's cool to put into like the sandbox, and there's so many props and stuff. And my favorite thing I really like the multiplayer games like Murder, Trouble in Terrorist Town. But my favorite thing to do in Gmod is prop hunt. I love prop hunt. I've played it for a while, and I really like prop hunt. It's just one of the funnest online games I've played. I've kind of taken a break from it for a little bit, but it is really fun. I really like Gmod. I don't even know really how to else to explain Gmod. It's just like you can. It's just really fun. You should try it. It's really good. So the top 2 are horror games, and coming in at number 2, um, this was a hard decision, but I think um, so. Okay, number 2 is FNAF. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, story. This is a long video, but story. FNAF. I was not that interested in FNAF when it first came out. The first time I heard FNAF, and this is why I mentioned Minecraft mods, is that the first time I heard of it, I was watching a Minecraft video. Popular Mimos. He was doing a Minecraft mod with Five Nights at Freddy's. When I first heard it, I thought it had to do with Freddy Krueger or something like that. No joke, I thought it had to do with that, and it was back in 2014, around when it came, soon after it came out, and I just watched that video. I was like, It was like there's these, because it was Minecraft. The way that it's like these animatronics in this pizzeria coming down. I didn't really know much about it, but I kind of bypassed it like, and then literally the next day, my sister Bailey comes yelling at me and saying, meaning you gotta come see this game called Five Nights at Freddy's. And she got obsessed with it for a little bit, but then she stopped talking about it after a while. But but I didn't really think I thought it looked like a mini game type of game. No joke, I didn't think it was that interesting. But I did think that some of the animatronics looked a bit creepy, but I thought the way the game was, mostly because it was a sit still game. I didn't really like the way it was, but I did think that especially Chica looked a bit creepy the way she had her beak open. But besides that, I didn't really find it scary until for some reason, because I've been watching Markiplier, but I wasn't watching his FNAF videos, but I finally decided to watch him really, like, it was back in mid-2017, I just decided to watch Markiplier, Jacksepticeye play Freddy's, and for some reason, I just got hooked from that. I actually saw the draw, because I didn't really get it at first, but I realized that I thought it was cool looking through the cameras. They're slowly moving towards you. I thought that was actually kind of creepy, so I started watching, got into it ever since then, and I posted a video of Ultimate Custom Night me beating 50/20 mode, which is I recorded several things, like three an hour and a half to 2 hour long videos of me failing at it, but I haven't posted anything about that yet. I'm probably gonna make like a compilation fail of a lot of my failed attempts, and it's gonna be really crazy. But so FNAF is probably number 2 for me. The story is really interesting. It's probably one of the biggest games for lore, and for there's so many fan games, and it's been ever since the first game. Like, just it changed horror, because most horror games were about, like, you had to go do something you didn't feel like doing, and it was like free roam. But like sitting still in an office watching them come towards you, it was just really unique then. But I think because there's several games, because after the first game is probably one of my favorites, just because it was the original. It was Scott's original idea. It was unique at the time, but then he kept on making games that were too similar. I think that's why he started getting more unique, like starting with FNAF 4, where you weren't looking at a camera, you were in a bedroom or sister location, where you actually get to move around a bit more. And he added voice acting and stuff like that, so that was fun. And coming in at number 1, one of the most special games to me, and that is, you ready for this one? Amnesia: The Dark Descent. My number 1 game, and my favorite horror game, for many reasons. One, atmosphere. It has probably the best atmosphere for a horror game I've ever played. It is, like, the darkness of it, and it's because a lot of horror games like Outlast, the reason a lot of people like Outlast better, but Outlast is all about the graphic and stuff, all the gore. I mean, there is some of that stuff in Amnesia, but Amnesia's focused on the overall atmosphere. And Outlast, when I watch it, it seems really confusing, but Amnesia isn't very confusing to me. The puzzles are simple. They're not too hard, not too easy. And what I like is that a lot of games where it was basically it and Penumbra: The Black Plague, which came before Amnesia: The Dark Descent. That I would really say Amnesia probably, it was like one of the first games where you didn't have self-defense. So if an enemy's nearby, you couldn't defend yourself against them, right? And it was just the overall ambiance of it is so creepy. And the storyline isn't that creepy, but it's just the torture chambers are the creepiest part of the whole game to me. Like, the choir and the transept, scariest rooms in the whole game to me. And also, like, the prisons are pretty scary, and like the noises from the shadow off in the distance, and it isn't that scary to me anymore, just because I've done it so many times, and I've done many custom stories and stuff. But back then, when I first got into it, and I got into it from Minecraft. I mentioned that Minecraft had mods. The first time I saw about Amnesia was I just started seeing these Minecraft mods named Amnesia, and I just wanted to. It looked pretty interesting, so I looked up Amnesia, what it actually was, and that's when I found out about Markiplier. The first video I saw by Markiplier was an Amnesia custom story called Castle of Devastating Diseases, I think. And so the first videos and that's also, and what's cool about Amnesia is that's what started a lot of YouTubers off. Like Markiplier's first video was Amnesia: The Dark Descent. PewDiePie, he started off with Amnesia also. A lot of YouTubers started with Amnesia: The Dark Descent. It was like what started the what's called Let's Plays, and I just loved Amnesia: The Dark Descent. It's one of my. It just has to be my probably my favorite game of all time. I just love it to pieces. So I think that's gonna do it for this. I hope you enjoyed my top 10 video games. Again, it was really close. All of these are really good, and there's some I could take out, some I can replace them with, some I can switch around the order, but I think this could sum it up. So, let me know what y'all think, and tell me what y'all's favorite games are. Bye.